Hari Om. Sit in a comfortable seated position. Your eyes gently closed, your back erect. Your breathing is normal. We will chant the mantra Om followed by the Shanti Pataka, the invocatory prayer. Sahana bhavatu, sahanam bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavaditamastu mavit vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. We will chant 10 shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. The last 10 shlokas of chapter 3. Verses 34 till the end. Indriyasendriyasyarthe Ragadveshau vyavasthitau Tayornavashamagachet Tauhyasya paripanthinau Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha Paradharmat swanushtitat Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha Paradharmo bhayavaha. Arjuna uvacha Atakena prayuktoyam Papam charati purushaha Anikchannapi varshneya Baladiva niyojitaha. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kamayesha Krodhayesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyena Miha Vairinam Dhumena Vriyate Vahnihi Yatha darsho malena cha Yatolbhena vrito garbhaha Tatha tene damavrutam Avrutam jnanametena Jnanino nitya vairina Kama rupena kaunteya Dushpurena nalena cha Indriyani mano buddhihi अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम् तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहि ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि पराण्याहुः इन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः यो बुद्धे परतस्तु सः एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्. Last week, in the last session, we are talking about cleanliness, how to keep the physical body clean, how to keep the environment clean, who is responsible. Persons like you and me. The government will have many initiatives, cleanliness programs, but all the time they cannot initiate our work. So the cleanliness aspect has to come from within each and every one. That awareness has to be there. That I should keep my physical body clean, I should keep my immediate surroundings clean, etc. So when I say surroundings here, it can be your house, it can be your work environment, wherever you move, wherever you are. So it can be an aircraft, it can be a train, it can be bus, any place for that matter. That constant awareness. Then we can expect, clean place everywhere. Otherwise, any amount of external initiative cannot keep the place clean. Because my mentality is, my attitude is to, throw dirt, litter all over the place. So if most of us are like that, then how the government initiative can, help keep the place clean? It is not possible. I should be aware that I should throw the rubbish into the garbage bin, in the dustbin. Period. So we discussed saying that the gross aspect of spiritual sadhana is purity, Shoucham. Then as we move towards the subtle aspect, to keep the mind clean, then the next question is how to recognize that the mind accumulates dirt. At the physical level, your mind is able to, see it. When I say see here, it is not that physical, sight, like how my eyes see dirt outside. It is rather easy to see the dirt outside than to see the dirt in oneself, even at the physical level. So, never get offended if the other person says that there is dirt at the physical level. Be ready to accept the truth, the fact, and take up that initiative. That action has to be there. So it is a thought at the mind level. Now we are not getting into the intellect level, okay? So it is a thought at the mind level which is subtler here when compared to the physical body. Therefore, we are able to see the dirt at the physical level. It is my mind, through the physical eyes, the fleshy eyes, sees dirt outside. Same way, it is my own mind. It cannot be, through the fleshy eyes here. It is the subtle eye. It is a thought which sees the dirt, in oneself. And something other than the subtle mind here has to detect, identify the dirt in the mind itself. It cannot be the mind itself identifying dirt at the mind level. I hope I'm not confusing you. There has to be two entities. One is gross, other one is subtle. It is the subtle which recognizes the gross. For example, I am one entity, the dirt is another entity outside. Therefore, I am able to see it. There are two things here, the dirt and me. Now, in me, in this physical body, if I have to detect this dirt, then something other than the very dirt in me. Yes, we say it is the eye. By that eye by itself cannot see the dirt in me. It is the mind which is the second entity which sees the dirt through this fleshy eye. Clear? How to prove that the physical body and mind are two different things? I have a book in front of me. In English we say, this is my book. The book is different from me, other than me. Book is one entity, I am another entity. Two different things. The book belongs to me. The book is the possession, I am the possessor. I don't know what you call this, my book. Pronoun, personal pronoun, I don't know. You may have to ask an English teacher or a professor. This is my watch. The watch belongs to me. The watch and me are two different things. Then we move a little closer and we say, this is my physical body. My head is aching. My stomach is aching. My eye is itching. Therefore, this head belongs to me. Then the head is different from me. The eye is different from me. The stomach is different from me. Head is the possession, that's something other than. The head is the possessor. Are you following me? We say, this is my kurta. This is my shirt. The shirt belongs to me. This kurta belongs to me. kurta is different from me. On similar lines, this is my body. Then the body is different from me. Is it not? Hence, we can clearly prove that this body is different from the mind. Now, if you go one step further, this is my feeling. Feeling is part of mind. So when I say my feeling, then that feeling is the possession and something other than the feeling is the possessor. Some other thought, some other entity is possessing, claiming that this is his or her feeling, not outside. Yeah, pashyati, sah pashyati. Whoever sees it, sees it. So this is my feeling, this is my emotion. A feeling is different from me. So physical body is different from the mind, the feelings. The feelings are different from something else, subtler entity. Then we say, this is my thought, this is my idea. The thought or idea originates in the intellect. Therefore, we are able to clearly prove that even that idea, the thought, the intellect itself is the possession, and something other than this is another entity which is the possessor. This is my nature, not nature outside, the world outside, vasana. This is how I behave. This is my innate nature, innate tendency. Don't we say that? Then my tendency, my innate nature, that very vasana itself is the possession, and there is something other than that possession, that vasana, some other entity, the subtlest. And beyond that, there is nothing. All those masters, those who have realized the self, they say there is nothing beyond the self. That self is the real possessor. So, to come back to the topic here, the topic was, cleansing at the physical level. First the environment, then the physical body, then the mind. And therefore, in this context, we brought in, the 5 sheets, the koshas, as explained in Atmabodha. Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, and Anandamaya kosha. The 5 sheets covering, the enveloping the self at the center. So the self covered by 5 sheets, and you start cleaning from the external periphery, and then slowly move inside. And this is what we mean here as spiritual sadhana has to start from the gross aspect of the personality, the food sheath, Annamaya kosha. Let thy food be their medicine. Hippocrates. Meaning, what food? Food is dirt. Dirt in the sense earth, soil. Food maintains us. So, we are throwing dirt in the form of fertilizers and all that onto the soil, and manure and all that is also another dirt, another form of dirt. So therefore the product food is also another dirt. So we are throwing in food. Indirectly we can say we are throwing in dirt, and that is why the junk food is another dirt, which increases our cholesterol, which increases our sugar, etc. So we should be very careful in throwing dirt into our system, which is another dirt. So we should be very careful in choosing our food, our eating habits. So that food sheath is of vital importance here. That's why we start there at that level. And then, the mind level. So, this is what I want to discuss here. That something other than the dirt, our eyes sees the dirt. And we are aware of it, external dirt. Then the dirt at the mind level. How to differentiate this here from the physical dirt here? Since it is the subtle form, it cannot be seen by the fleshy eyes. So, sometime back we said, it is the mind which sees through the physical eye, sees the dirt, gross form. Now, how to identify the dirt in the mind itself? Something other than the mind has to identify this dirt in the mind. And that's what the whole discussion of this is my book, this is my body, this is my feelings, this is my thought, this is my nature, tendency. All this discussion sprang up to differentiate physical body, mind and intellect. They are three different entities. So, other than the mind, which is subtler, has to identify the dirt in the mind. And that is what is, the thought. The thought is in the intellect, not at the intelligence level. Intelligence is storehouse of information on any subject. We say a person is intelligent in the field of computer science. A person is well informed in computer science. A person is intelligent in the field of sports, a particular sport. A person is intelligent in stitching, carpentry, electronic work, plumbing, etc. So the person is well informed in that field of activity. This is different from intellect. So intellect here is that subtle entity other than the mind here, which identifies the dirt in the mind and the physical dirt also. So now the question arises, how to develop the intellect? How to be conscious of the external dirt? And then comes the question, how to be conscious of subtle dirt? So right from young age, how to develop intellect? Right from the young age, the questioning attitude has to be inculcated. Be it at home, in school, where the students should be encouraged to ask questions. Prashnena, questioning. Never curb them, curtail them. If you don't know the answer, let them ask the question. You guide them to a particular person who has the answer. If they don't have the answer, then nowadays you have the internet. You sit with them so that they don't get into unnecessary, they don't get into unnecessary access to other sites which are not required at a particular age. Each and every information is available. You sit with them, you gather the information so that their inquisitiveness is, is quenched. There is nothing called uncomfortable question and all that. But at the particular age, what question they can ask, let there be an answer for it. If you don't know the answer, let you get into Google or whatever, or the teacher, let the answer be given to them. But never curb them. So, one thing is questioning, and this questioning, with that answer what the student has got, the individual has got, that need not be the final answer. The individual should originally think. Just to appease the mind, a question here, answer is given, and let the student need not take that answer as final. Let the individual think originally and then come to his or her own conclusion. This is how intellect develops. How a person started questioning on the world outside, for example, the gravitational force, how it was discovered. Apple fell down, so an individual started questioning how that apple fell down, why it was not floating, why it did not go up. So started collecting data, and in the process, the continuous questioning led to the discovery of the gravitational force. A person saw the birds flying, had the thought, let me also fly like the bird. So the continuous quest to fly led to the discovery of aeroplanes. Like that, each and every discovery. So, what we are talking about here is that continuous questioning and that original thinking develops intellect. So, this is at the physical level, and this is what we are talking about science. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, zoology, botany, zoology, etc. Those individuals who question outside on the world, they are the scientists. Whereas those individuals who start questioning on the facts of life and living, why one person is rich, why the person is poor, why something which is beyond science. And that's what in one discussion we talked about age of scientific inquiry and age of contemplation. Who created this world? Then that person is using subtle thinking. Therefore, we are talking about that intellect, which is continuously being questioned at the subtle level. And this is how the faculty, is kept alive. And once the intellect is, powerful, then in all spheres of activity it is put under use. You do not accept anything on hearsay. That doesn't mean you keep on questioning others. Why you are doing this, why you are doing that. Not with that intention here. Genuinely, a person wants to know. But that questioning attitude has to be coupled with that attitude of surrender. If that attitude of surrender is not there, that devotion is not there, then it gets into arrogance. I alone can question this way. Nobody else can match me. the thought gets into the head and then spoil the whole, the whole show. So that devotion has to be hand in hand with the thinking. But what we are discussing here is that dirt at the mind level can be identified only with the another entity subtler than the mind here, which is termed here as intellect. The reason why we are saying that it is other than intelligence is a person should know that a person is intelligent in one field and ignorant in another field. So it is not the intelligence which is differentiating this quality of knowledge and ignorance, something other than intelligence, which is termed here as intellect. So there is a thought which says, yes, I am knowledgeable in one field. So the person who is knowledgeable in the field of computer science may be ignorant in the field of automobile engineering. If his vehicle breaks down, the person may not be in a position to change the wheel there. If something happens to the engine, the person may not have the knowledge. So that person who is knowledgeable in the field of automobile engineering may be ignorant in some other field. So to differentiate this, again, we need that clarity, which is the intellect here. So to come back to the topic here, cleanliness at the mind level is, it is the intellect which identifies the subtle dirt in the mind. So the dirt is in the form of likes and dislikes. The dirt in the mind is in the form of likes and dislikes. The dirt is in the form of desires. The dirt is in the form of attachment. The dirt is in the form of worry and anxiety. The dirt is in the form of feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions, the different modifications of desires. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya. Desires, when it is fed, a person is happy. Person becomes greedy, then gets into delusion, moha. Lobha is greed. When you get what you want and you start comparing with others, you have more than others, then arrogance, mada, matsarya. When you have less than others, then you feel jealous of the other person. Bhaya, fear of losing whatever you have. These are the 7 deadly sins. Sin in this context is, all the negative side of it. Friends, when a person has some disease, ailment at the physical level, which we're talking about, it's not dirt here, disease is not dirt, but if you equate it like that way, some cure is there, medicines are there. So medicine curing that disease, the dirt, and again you regain your health. So ill health is removed, health is restored. Health is the original nature. Same way, by a subtle thought, you remove that ill health called jealousy. But this jealousy or greed, that ill health here, the disease here, is in a subtle form, it cannot be seen. That is the biggest drawback here. Since it cannot be seen, it is very difficult to identify it. We don't have a powerful microscope to identify jealousy. We don't have a powerful microscope to identify greed. It is one's expression from within. Another person says you are jealous, you are greedy, you are, drop of a hat, you get angry. You get more angry on hearing that. So it is continuously burning within, and it completely eats up your system. Therefore, in the very beginning of this session, we said, accept the truth, the fact that yes, I am short-tempered person. Yes, I have this dirt. Then there is redemption. Otherwise, there is no way the person can change. Therefore, be the change you want to see in the world. Let me get rid of this anger. Let me get rid of this greed. Let me get rid of this, problem I have with money, with lust, whatever it is. So, there is something other than the mind which identifies the dirt in the mind. If you are able to get this point very clearly, if you are able to understand this, then the source can be identified. The source is not outside, the source is within. It is internal, not external. To put across this fact itself is a big thing. And if you are able to identify this fact, then 50% of the hurdle is crossed. Because we think that the other person is troubling. Therefore, all the time you are looking for the rectification outside. If I am wearing a spectacle, if there is some dirt in that spectacle, all that I need is to clean this spectacle here, the lens here, not the world outside. Let the world be as it is. Once I clean here, everything is, black and white, clear. There is clarity. And that is what the session is all about. So I am summing up here. First, the environment. Clean the environment, keep the environment clean, come closer, keep the physical body clean. Then you go subtler inwards, keep the mind clean, the emotions, the likes and dislikes. We will again discuss in detail one more time, so that it is very difficult to understand in one session itself. If we are conscious of the gross dirt, friends, there will be awareness that let me start cleaning at the mind level also. But if we are not even conscious of the gross dirt at the external level, at the body level, no way that there can be sadhana at the mind level. So there is no point in taking up Sanskrit shlokas and then memorizing them, attending Vedanta classes. It is only for, social networking. It's a symbol. I am also attending Upanishad class. But at the mind level, the dirt is getting accumulated at the subtle level. We are not aware of it. The moment you are aware of the gross dirt, the subtle dirt can be easily, can be identified. Cleansing is a lifelong process. That identification of the disease is very important. And then the cure. Once the disease is pinpointed, this is what the cause is, then the cure is automatic. Medicines are there. We will continue again. We will meet in the next session. Hari Om.